Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become better version of themselves. And today I'm back with one of my student who has cleared FRM Level 2 in November 2021. His name is Kaushik. He's going to be sharing his experience of clearing the exam immediately after giving Level 1. Okay, and the reason we are doing these videos are primarily because a lot of students who go for the exam on their own, so they should get some idea of how other people who are clearing the exam they're preparing, what's the challenge they're facing, and on what has been their journey and strategy towards the exam. So with this, we'll go towards you, Akashik. Thank you very much for joining in, and we have already done similar kind of interview for your level 1 clearing. Now it's level 2. Okay, so first of all, thank you very much for taking out time for this entire discussion, and welcome for the interview. Now the idea is that before we start the discussion, okay, can you give me a brief or an audience, what were you doing before you started level 2 preparation?
Okay, so thank you, sir, first of all, for calling me here and giving an opportunity. So before level 2, I was like, I left my job somewhere in April around for some other reasons. And thereafter, I started with level 1. So after clearing level 1, I was again into my kind of family business for around 1 or 2 months. And thereafter, I had this choice whether to go for job and then continue with FRM level 2 side by side, or should I take a risk and give FRM part 2 immediately in December with 2 months preparation. So I went for 2 months preparation.
Okay, so you cleared FRM level 1 in July. Okay,
exactly, July attempt, and September was the result.
September mid was the result, but I think so we had a discussion that we will start with the preparation. I think so you started by September 1st, if I'm not wrong, around September 1st, but obviously we were waiting for the result, and you had started preparation, but it was not up to that level because
full-fledged. Full-fledged, I can say I started from around October mid around. So September, I had some basic ideas. I have ordered the books, but it was not full-fledged. I just gone through the basic content.
So your result
later on.
After your result, you started. I mean, 15th of September, I think so. The result came in. You were able to pick up.
We can say that. Yeah, yes. You can say that.
Yes. Okay. Now, primarily, which book? So when you started, you knew that it's a content heavy in terms of FRM level 2. What was the order that you had prepared? I mean, you're going through the content, and you were going through the videos also that we had. So what was the order of preparation for you?
So first of all, I started with investment management. Actually, it's as you said, it's pretty similar to the CAPM. It revolves around CAPM basics, so it's pretty easy to pick up, I would say. So starting was from there, investment management. After that, it was, if I'm not wrong, credit risk. Third one was market risk, and later on, liquidity and current issues in last. And operational risk was like daily side by side, 1-2 hours. I was just giving it a plain reading, 1 hour now.
Okay, got it. I generally tell this to level 2 students that operational risk, liquidity, and current issues slightly theoretical. So you can start reading it also along with it if you have less time, primarily. Now, when we talk about your daily time that you were dedicating, what was that daily time from 15th of September onwards?
So earlier it was not like I was not able to dedicate too much of time. It was like around 2-3 hours basically for the first month. After that, I would say for around again one month or so, I studied for almost 6 to 7 hours on an average. And in the last 15-20 days, it was almost 11-12 hours of slogging, or sometimes more than that, in fact.
Okay. And so you any idea that when did you completed your investment management book? How much time did it took for you to go through the videos, and you were solving the question bank also simultaneously?
Exactly. Right? So the flow of preparation, was like, I used to read Schweizer first, basic plain reading. After that, I used to watch the videos. So it was kind of like I had a revision at the same time, first plain reading and then videos with videos. I used to go through in detail. And immediately after completing the video, I used to solve the question bank from intelligence. So that was the flow of preparation. And investment book, if I'm not wrong, I was able to complete somewhere around 10 to 15 days.
10 to 15 days. Okay. So that was, so on an average, you were doing one and a half a chapter in a day. And then what about the second book, the credit risk? What was that time frame?
From second book, I kind of, increased my study time. So it was again like similar again, credit risk, if I'm not wrong, 10 to 15 days maybe. Then again for market risk, market risk was a bit fast. Actually, I had less time, so I had to honestly rush a bit. But it was again some 11 days. And simultaneously, this operational risk was going on. And after that, liquidity I did very fast, almost six days, I would say. So this was the last time period, like 10 hours, 11 hours daily. So it was 6 days in between. I completed liquidity risk. And current issues is, it's matter of just 1 or 2 days if you go through completely. It's pretty easy, just a plain reading type. So it's not an issue.
Okay. Now, when you did that, especially the liquidity risk, and you were solving the question bank, so when you were going through that very fast, so while solving the question bank, was it creating any problem for you?
No. I kept my flow same. Like I read Schwezer first. After that, videos. Just that I used to watch videos sometimes in 1.5 speed or 2 speed, basically, if I'm able to grasp, and then solve the question bank. So it was like not creating any problem. It was just that I was increasing the time of my sitting.
Okay. So basically around 10 to 12 hours, because you knew that it is going to be, you'll not be able to cover the content. So what was the date when you completed everything? That means reading once and solving also. What was that date?
My exam date was around 8th. So I completed by around 1st or 2nd December.
So 8th December and 1st and 2nd December is what completed solving and plus reading. That's what you're saying.
Plus reading, plus mock test.
Plus mock test. Okay. And what were you doing in the last 4-5 days? You just revision?
Yeah, completely plainly revision. And I also appeared for mock test, second mock test. I mean, it was not full mock test. I think it was some 25-30 questions that we get from GARP as a summary, I guess. Yes. So I went through that questions also and revision.
Okay, perfect. Now, specific to operation risk, how did you deal with it? Because it was very lengthy. So what was the strategy that you were using it in terms of time shortage?
I get this question from many aspirants also. So I would like to explain in detail kind of. So see, operational risk book is very huge or very vast on content. But if you see the content, it's actually 60-70%, I would say, general knowledge or common sense based.
Yes.
And plus one more thing is, even if you read the book once or even twice, you won't be able to remember each and everything on the last day.
Yes.
So if you remember, we discussed, so you only told me that it's better to go for the important chapters. There are some 5-6 important chapters, including the Basel ones or the money laundering, and some 1 or 2 are there. So I went through those chapters specifically in detail, and for rest of the chapters, I went through summary or quick sheet basically.
Okay.
And and result is I got quite L2 in that book.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I mean, so basically, you realize that, but you had read that book twice, if I'm not wrong, before the
exam. I mean, I gave it a plain reading, just a plain story reading kind of, very fast. And in the end, I just went through summary, not even not second reading.
Okay, so one full reading and then one summary. That's the only point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And
but the important chapters, I did it in detail.
Okay. And out of the all 6 books, which book did you felt actually very difficult?
So 2 books compared to level 1, I would say not difficult, but for the students like coming from level 1, market risk and credit risk books are kind of abstract, a bit, I would say, a bit abstract and bit model specific and heavy on expertise. So students may find it difficult, but so similarly, I also found it, not very smooth flowing or like that. So
Okay.
I ensured that I give more time on that, more question solving on that, and went like that.
So basically, for credit risk, also the solving was done in a proper manner from your side. I mean, you
Exactly.
solved every
Yeah.
chapter-wise questions.
Every chapter wise question.
Okay, so I think so. You picking up market risk and credit risk at the start helped you because you got an opportunity to read it completely because for operation risk you were not able to get it that much. And what about
Exactly. See, invest.
Hmm. Yes, please go ahead. Please go
See,
ahead.
investing. Yeah. Investing extra time on easy things doesn't give you won't go is not going to help you. So
Right.
better to the things that are difficult, invest more time on that, and you can later cover up quickly the easy things.
Right. Now, in terms of the planning, I mean, did you uh, f- so because we were also constantly uh, in touch in terms of how many chapters you're done and all of it. So was that helping you in terms of keeping you on track and see, okay, because I know you had called me some few, I think so 2, 3 weeks back before the exam, and you're quite nervous on that point in time whether we will be able to complete or not because the question is very vast.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. I mean, I remember that period. I mean, it was kind of, I must admit that I was a bit nervous because I specifically took this time out. I decided not to go for a job and dedicatedly study for that.
Hmm.
So I was a bit nervous, but I mean, your connects and strategies definitely they were, whenever I used to feel low or feel nervous about it, I used to just do one thing, drop you a message that when can we connect? And
Right,
as
right.
you guide, yeah, and honestly, I just went through the as per your guidance according to the topics, and it worked out.
Yes, definitely. Because the level two is more about going through the content and solving. Because because you will never remember what is there in the first chapter when you read 100 chapters. It's so vast. So if you do
Exactly,
solving and if you do one proper revision, it's more than enough. If you do it in a proper way, in a structured way. So that way, and also with
exactly.
respect to current issues, like you said, in 2 days, kind of you completed, right? So when you were going
Yeah.
through the content, also it was more you felt it easy to go through the textbook and content wise. Was it very difficult or was it very easy?
No, current issues were some. I mean, barring one or two one chapter, if I'm not wrong, the last
Mhm.
one. Barring that chapter, every chapter was plain smooth, plain vanilla type chapter. It was just simple. What we know, it's just around COVID thing and general
Hmm.
knowledge, basically. I would say.
Right. And with respect to the investment management book, okay, uh, the flow, you were able to connect the flow, right? I mean, the way they were taking you from one single asset towards the portfolio and taking you over there,
Exactly. Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. Yes, I was completely able to. And I mean, one reason for that, what I would say is because, it was the first book that I took. So CAPM gives, I mean, in level one, there is a huge covering around CAPM. So it
Hmm.
definitely helps in picking it up quickly.
Okay. And do you feel that you went directly after level one immediately to level two? Did that situation help you by any way
Uh, so as in, sorry, I didn't
in
get.
terms of your preparation or in terms of
Uh-huh.
the flow, in terms of the mindset for sitting for long hours? Did that help you
Mhm.
that you had cleared the level one right now and you're going for the exam immediately? That is what I'm asking.
Yes, definitely. I mean, see, it's always very difficult to appear for an exam, then take a break, and then again develop that habit of continuous studying and again sit for long hours. So I think it definitely played a big role, and it helped me a lot to
Okay.
sit for long hours and slog for long hours and help.
Okay, perfect. Now, when you were solving the mock papers in the last few days, like you said, you had completely solved one mock papers, and the second
Exactly.
one was only a 25 question part. So,
Yeah, somewhere.
what happened in that mock paper solving? Were you able to pick up questions properly?
Yeah, a majority I was able to pick up. And I remember, if I'm not wrong, from 80, I scored somewhere around 50, 45 to 50 in that mock paper.
Right, right.
So that moment gave me gave me a confidence that I can. Okay, it's not that
Okay.
much difficult.
Okay. And when
Yeah.
you went for the exam, like you said,
Mhm.
8th of December was the exam. What happened in
Yeah.
that first hour of the exam?
Okay, so I'll just compare it with part one. So
Hmm.
first of all, there's ample of time. Like in a level one, we have 100 questions. Here we only have 80. So there was no shortage of time as such.
Hmm.
So the strategy for exam was again the same. Like I went through the whole paper and
Hmm.
marked only those questions that were which I was able to take out in only first plain reading, or a very simple kind of, or just one or two clicks on the calculator. So I
Okay.
was able to complete around 20-25 questions, I would say, in just 20-25 minutes.
Okay.
And then again, I went for second lot, and
Hmm.
then third lot, and then fourth lot.
Okay.
So accordingly, I was able to complete the paper in 3 hours and 40 minutes. That too, I took 15-20 minutes extra because of last few questions. Otherwise,
Okay.
it was very easily manageable.
Okay. So now, out of the entire 80 question, what was your analysis that how many were actually very tough questions, or how many were from you were able to pick up easily? Something like that. Give me that analysis.
I would say 50-50 on a broad level. 50
Hmm.
questions, 50% of questions were easy, kind of what we can say. From the rest, 50%, sorry, we can say the last 10-15 questions, honestly, I also took a calculated guess, because no
Hmm.
one can remember everything, and it's drafted in such a way that a student try to spend much time on that and waste time. So
Okay.
just keep those questions for last, and rest of the questions I was able to go do the questions with process of elimination. Like
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
I was able to eliminate two options right away, and from the rest two, you need to think a bit, but it was manageable.
So what? So just summarizing it, what you said. So total 80 questions. Out of it, 40 were kind of easy. You were able to pick up easily, fast. The rest 40, and out of that rest difficult one, 10, 15 were something which you had to do. You have to just guess or make out an answer. But the remaining 25, you had when you did option elimination, you were able to get and reach the answer, right?
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly, exactly.
Now, when you look at the entire 80 questions, when you read Swagger, okay, and went for the exam, you were able to understand what is happening in that entire 80 questions.
Exactly. Yes, yes. I was definitely able to understand which topic is this, from which chapter basically, or from which book the question is there,
Hmm.
and accordingly I solved it.
The reason I asked you this question because I wanted to be I'm asking you in from this perspective that a lot of people say that you have to read Bionic Turtle or GARP for FRM exam. So level two, is it? What did you saw in the exam? And you were able to solve all the questions. I know there'll be difficult questions which are one level above the exam. I'm not talking about those 15 questions, but the rest 70, 65, 70 questions, you were able to connect properly based on your understanding of Swagger. Was it correct?
Yes, yes, completely, completely. Even on level two, level one, and level two, I have just heard about Bionic Turtle and etc. etc. I never did a single question from them. What I did is Schweizer question bank. The questions that are given at the end of the chapter, and plus the intelligence question bank. That's it for questions.
Right, right, right. And now,
Yeah.
when you look at the entire exam, so what happened when you completed the entire exam and you came out? What was your thought process? That how many right answers will I get?
Okay, so as in level one, I saw the score, but in level two, they disabled that thing.
Hmm.
So I mean, after the exam, I was kind of, I would say, happy, because uh, what I had in mind, that exam would be very difficult, or I'm not well prepared.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
Comparatively, my exam was good, pretty good. And people say, that we get some very lengthy questions or case study question, mixed questions, too much calculation questions. That was not the case at all. The calculation questions that were there from somewhere around 15-20, they were also simple plug and play kind of questions.
Right.
And also the theory questions, which were there, they were also not, like too much lengthy or like that. There was, there were some twists and turns, but they were not like you have to spend too much time in reading or anything like
Okay. So basically, now when the result came in, okay, which was the book that you got very good quartiles? Or primarily, what
that.
was
It
your
was quartile, if I'm not wrong, it was 3-3-2-1-2-1, somewhere around that. So it was like I got investment management, current issues, and operational risk. I got second. Market risk and credit risk, I got 2-3, somewhere like that.
Okay, perfect. Now, when the result came in, obviously, what was been your reaction of people around you with respect to the result, and with respect to the fact that you had taken that gamble of break, and then now you're going to go for the new job, a new career change. So, what is the reaction of people?
I mean, everyone was, including me, everyone was kind of, surprised that I have managed to, clear it in such a short time, because everyone was like, part two is comparatively tough and you have to spend a lot of time. But see, talking about time, you have to give that much time. But if you are dedicated and you gave in enough hours, so it's completely manageable. So yeah, everyone was pretty happy, including myself. I was kind of bit surprised because I was not that confident like level one, but in the end it turned out good.
Now, with respect to if somebody is preparing for level 2 exam after your level 1, what are the 2-3 tips that you can give to him for preparation?
I would say 3 C's. First of all, consistency. Second, conceptual clarity. And third, clear frame of mind. So you have to be consistent in your efforts. Conceptual clarity is the foremost thing. Question solving is definitely important, but conceptual clarity comes first, then question solving. And clear frame of mind. I mean, I have seen people, if you are in a confusing state that whether I should go for it, should I or should I not? So that's not going to help you at all. You have to, decide firmly and just go for it with full efforts.
Perfect. Wonderful. I mean, thank you very much, Kaushik, for giving us your time and explaining us the journey that you had. Even though it was like 2.5 month preparation, but you had put in that much amount of time. Like in starting cases, it was 3 to 4 hours, and then in some cases it gone to 7, and then again it went to around 10 hours before the exam. So you were giving that much amount of time and dedication. And the best part that I liked is you completed the videos also, you completed the reading also, and solving also for almost everything. Only with respect to operation risk, you had taken a shortcut and you decided to go for that. But the result has been very good for your preparation and the effort that you have shown. So I'm really happy. And also the people who are going to go for this May exam immediately after the result, this interview is definitely going to help them to prepare in a better way and be motivated for the exam. Thank you very much, Kaushik, for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.